What is going on? I'm Zedmont. Yesterday's video, we made sure our creator boost was up to date. Don't need to worry about that. There is plenty to worry about in Warships, though. This account, my HCRC account, is what we're going to be focusing on, because this is more in touch with what the masses are doing. Also, my main account is hiding in Diamond, like just clinging by my fingertips. So, yesterday, we're going to go over two important details. First and foremost, look at these bases. You've heard the expressions lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Well, the bases with the lions and the tigers and the bears and the wolverines and all of the building health under the sun have arrived at the 6 engine room level, and the clump bases are making their appearances in a big way. They're still kind of rare, but they're becoming more and more prevalent, and they are tough to beat. So do keep those in mind when you're making your tech choices. Now, yesterday I was 4,500 tokens short of maxing my rocket launchers on this account, and very lucky. So yesterday we talked about don't max bullet, save your tokens to max your rocket launchers. There's a new wrinkle that I did not think about that I barely avoided. So, building health. You want to max your building health before you max your rocket launchers. Rocket launchers, yes, they're good with an extra rocket launcher, a little bit of extra damage, but building health is the wrinkle you need to get anywhere close to making it into Diamond. As you can see by this account right about here, I lost my boss battle for Diamond. I was on like a 12 game win streak or something ridiculous. Then I matched a 22 and got absolutely crushed. My color choices, yellow against yellow, not the best. Hopefully you guys can see that. I know it doesn't look like a boss battle, but it definitely was. And then I went on a huge skid in the underpants. So this base not gonna beat anyone who's got those clumps, people walking through everything. And now that we've talked about the bullet rocket launcher building health thing, wanted to talk about the next obvious choice that people have, that I've seen a lot of people talking and asking questions about, and that is, do you go bottom path to get to heavies, or do you go top path to get to heavies? Tough decision, but when you're counting your tokens, people are forgetting obvious details. Everyone is going to get building health, yes. So people are saying, well, if I go bottom path, it's shorter to heavies. Well, everyone is also going to get troop health. That troop health is almost certainly required if you're going to be rushing with heavies or trying to keep heavies alive or trying to keep heavy choppas alive. So it's actually cheaper to go the top path to get to heavies. I know that math sounds flawed, but once you count in the troop health, it's actually cheaper to go top path. And along the path, you do get a viable troop, assuming you want to use laser rangers. Scorchers are not the viable troop. So it all comes down to whether or not you think critters are the answer. I don't think they are. Maybe you do. Maybe you think critters are going to solve all your problems. In that case, sure, go bottom path. But I do think that top path is cheaper. Just make sure you keep troop health in your calculations, because regardless, even if you go, I'm going to use critters are my answer, and go this way, you're still going to get this. And maybe you skip heavies altogether, but heavy choppa is probably going to be useful. Critter launchers, very useful, adding like 20 seconds to people's times, plus all of the fizzles. My main account is still in Diamond by the absolute skin of my teeth, just clinging on, doing 1 to 2 battles per 8 hours, so that's why you're not seeing it. This base has the lions and tigers and bears, but no hot pots. So it's appealing to go up here and get those two. And again, maybe that's where critters would answer the bell for you. We are gonna just walk through this base, see if we can't take it down, and hope that we don't die in the process. I'm going to be using energy drink. That's the only way I can possibly keep Bullet alive, I think. Now I need to decide what it is that I'm going to artillery. I am going to focus on, again, all sorts of drawings here. I could go this, or we could go with this. Now, machine guns are going to be more detrimental to my rocket chopper, so that's what I'm going to focus on. And now we get Bullet into there, we get some rocket choppers down here, and then we get some heavy choppers. And I'm going to hold a little bit. I wonder if I can send... I'm going to hold one rocket chopper in the hopes that I can maybe sneak it along the top. Probably not a great idea to not have all of my offense in one spot, but I'm a bit afraid that I'm going to lose all of my troops and fizzle hard. And that is just where I don't have enough familiarity with this base, these attacks at the moment. Probably should have done some warm-up hits before I came and saw you guys, but the fact is that's a little bit difficult with my daily schedule. So you guys get me as I come in. There's no warm-ups before this. I think I had one battle just to get my troops, get my brain wrapped around heavy chopper, rocket chopper. We are about to lose a bunch of these guys. I'm gonna send you up there, hoping that sniper tower does not take all of my troops. Probably a terrible idea to split my troops like this, but worth a try just to get those two engine rooms up the top. Bullet is getting low on health. We're gonna hit energy drink on him. That rocket chopper is gonna get that machine gun down. Bullet is hopefully gonna stay alive. We're gonna throw an artillery up here because I have a bad feeling that we're about to lose all of our troops down the bottom. Let's throw one more artillery just to guarantee ourselves those two engine rooms up the top. Bullet is basically dead. We are done like absolute dinner. At least we've got two engine rooms up the top. Ray? Definitely would have been better to get all of our troops involved. Just gross. And we have not lost yet. To be very clear, we have not lost this battle yet. Until our opponent gets one more engine room, we are still in the running. People have been fizzling like absolute crazy on my base. That's why I dropped that rocket chopper. It would have been far better to have all of my troops pushing forward through the main of this stuff. Wouldn't have wasted GBE up there. Would have been... Now, this is where, again, strategy comes into play. If you can damage 3 buildings with an artillery, you're going to get more percent on that final tally. Our opponent has not gotten an engine room in a long time, so don't give up. I have lost a couple battles by force quitting. I don't recommend force quitting this season at all, because I don't recommend force quitting ever. I know it's one of those things that you can save some engine rooms, and but I have lost by like 1% or 1 second, where all it would have taken was using some of my GBE to flare a bit smarter. And so we're gonna stick in here. This attack sucks. Yes, it sucks, but we are gonna get a little bit of GBE. We are gonna throw that onto the 3 buildings, making sure we get 3% instead of 1%. And I know it's not actually 3%. We're getting 3 hits in instead of 2. Retreating. And now we're gonna see where the math comes in. We got 74% to 90%. A lot of to do about nothing. Not the best choice on my part, but we just gotta cover a couple details there. Force quitting, hitting artillery on 3 buildings instead of 2, and maybe don't split your troops. Don't always have the best hits, but at least we can pull some knowledge bombs out of them. We are going to drop a couple boats over here. We are going to hold some troops, though. I want to get a split on my troops. I want to get rid of that boom cannon. Otherwise, my rocket choppers are going to swing out to the left. Bad things are going to happen. Getting you out there, Mr. Heavy Chopper, and then as it gets to the yellow line, we're going to drop our rocket choppers. It really sucks when your rocket choppas swing out to the side, and that is exactly what we don't want to have happen. Don't want that. That boom cannon is there for a very good reason, and we don't want to give them any opportunity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am still focusing on shock launchers. Oh, only 4. I think I only threw 4. I hope I only threw 3, 5, 7, 9. Yeah, only threw 4. I said 5. Got a little bit lucky there, not throwing that 5th one. This person does not have building damage, which means that we have a little bit of building health, which means that we can save a little bit of gunboat energy. Just need to throw a flare onto there. Otherwise, we're going to be in a bad state with our rocket choppas out to the side. And now we're in good locations. That left-hand side cleared a little bit. Bullet is very much alive. That boom cannon would have eaten us up in a big way had we have let it. And now we're going to get this flare over into here, trying to get Bullet out front. Medkit on the rocket chopper. Don't forget about machine guns and rocket launchers. That is the biggest mistake I made with rocket choppas this season, was absolutely and completely 1, 2, 3, 4 ignoring machine guns and whatever the heck they're called, because machine guns and come on, brain, let's get back in there again, trying our darndest to keep that heavy chopper out front. It's not gonna happen, but our artillery for the win. Did you guys see that? That was amazing. Need to get onto that heavy rocket chop, whatever the heck that thing's called. Boom cannon. Sorry, that was too exciting for me. That was not what I expected to happen at all with that artillery. I expected the cannon to go down, but not the whatever the heck the other boom cannon. We're gonna flare back here because otherwise we are doomed for get going Bullet, get out front, hoping that we can keep that cannon from seeing our rocket choppas, and now we can flare onto that. Managed to keep all our stuff alive. I told you these hits were not going to be amazing. It is a complete and utter fizzle fest. My rocket choppa hits should be better than this, but they're good enough. You only need to finish in like 1 minute and 10 seconds. Don't rush it. Still can pull out wins. Maybe? We are still in line. Come on. 51, 50, 49 seconds. We'll see what our opponent has. Nickel, don't know what the heck that name is, but I think we are going to pull out the win with a slow, terrible attack. And now watch these machine guns. See that machine gun? Look what it's doing to that rocket chopper. I told you guys don't sleep on the machine guns, and that is exactly why that machine gun is there. They are going to fizzle because they ignored my machine gun. Don't do it. I could not have scripted that any better. Talking about machine guns and rocket launchers and then seeing them fizzle on those exact things, that brings a smile to my face. Is that, dude, does that make me evil to smile at someone else's demise? Maybe in war. Anyways, we are going to do one more HCRC hit. Don't take away anything from these attacks. My heavy chopper, rocket chopper hits are garbage at the moment. That just might be the defensive tech catching up and slowing things down. It might also be that sitting down and doing 2 accounts and taking an 18-hour break from heavy chopper, rocket chopper, not the best idea. We are going to go up the top path. Don't care about anything down here. Gonna get our heavy choppas out front. Shouldn't lose all that much health on any of them. Again, sniper towers, mortars, not really a factor with heavy choppas. But again, these are only holding baby heavies. They were called baby choppas yesterday on Telegram. Don't know if that's accurate or not because they are maxed out rock heavy choppas. By the way, Orion using Tick 3 heavy choppas and doing very well. So if you need to figure out where to put your tokens, put it into the heavies, not the choppas. That was an interesting note for sure. As that hot pot pops up, getting our rocket choppas to take it down before Bullet and the gang arrive. Bullet is wide right. That is fantastic. That is going to be a huge boon. Should be able to walk through all of this stuff. I am so tempted to use a energy drink to try to get him out front. 1, 2, 3, 4. There is number 5. Getting rid of that wide boom cannon. This base should be straightforward, should be easy. And speaking of should I be using an energy drink here? Maybe, but Bullet is going to end his usefulness at this point if he has to come all the way around to that far side. We are in a world of pain. Speaking of, I should not have taken that right-hand side engine room first. Always take the left-hand side ones first. What that does is it gets your heavy choppas out front of your rocket choppas when they go across that gap. Now you'll notice that they're still clumped up. If we would have allowed our heavy choppas to be out front a bit more as we use a flare. Let's get a flare back. Now our heavy choppas should, in theory, get slightly out front. Didn't do a great job of it, but we're going to get onto that thing right there as we use all of our GBE on the edge things. Don't sit here and wait. Do get your heavies and heavy choppas onto those defenses. Need to clear them in a big hurry. And now that machine gun's down, we can get onto that boom cannon. This is an absolute gong show. We talked about Bullet coming around the corner. Might just be the case that Bullet makes it there in time. Gonna be very close. Look at that. Let's use an energy drink. Maybe, just maybe, Bullet can do something useful for us. Probably should be flaring back, but we don't have any GBE to do that. As a result, that machine gun doing some damage to us. Not enough that it's a problem. Let's get back into here. Bullet's gonna hit that gosh darn shock mine as he tends to do. And then we can finally, let's get rid of that gosh darn thing. Let's just make sure, darn sure, that we get all of our troops onto that engine room. Should I have flared that machine gun? Probably not, but Bullet's gonna get there eventually, give us a little bit of extra damage. Gross, my friends. Terrible attacks. You can definitely do better than that. Our opponent has retreated. I know, Knight. Good game, Knight. We picked up the win in the ugliest of ugly fashions. Did you force quit, Knight? Anyways, we picked up the win. Gonna get those chests. And now I can slowly but surely move on forwards. That troop health going to help my heavy choppas and my rocket choppas, and more importantly, help keep Bullet alive. So, was this video good from an attacking standpoint? Definitely not, but there are some nuggets in there that will help you along your Warship Season 54 journeys. So thank you for coming in, using code ZMOT, commenting, liking, subscribing, sharing, clicking the bell, attacking your ops, getting intel for your task forces, and most importantly, keeping that submarine diving. Keep booming those beaches. I'm ZMOT. Thanks for coming in. Peace.